All right, let's take a look at the sample proof. So now here we're actually given the question. So for this one, and this is more like what we're going to see when we're really diving into proofs. So you will always have given and then a fact or maybe a few facts and then what we're asked to prove. So the very first thing I always do with the proof is I read that given, and if I can, I mark it in the diagram. And my given says BD bisects angle ABC. Once you can mark something in a diagram, we know that we could put it into the proof. And for this one, that actually is what we're being asked to prove. So it's a pretty quick proof, very similar to the one on the front. So I'm going to do this one as a two-column proof. So we set up our statement and reason chart. And the very first statement is going to be my given. BD bisects angle ABC. Reason, given. Now that allowed me to mark the congruent angles, and so that's my next step. Angle ABD is congruent to angle DBC. And my reason, angle bisectors divide an angle into two congruent angles. And one thing I do want to point out at the end of this, because we are doing a two-column proof, is that with the two-column proof, I do ask that you reference. And so in this case, I'm referencing step 1. And I'm referencing step 1 because that's where I had the angle bisector given to me. So we really just reference to make sure that we're not skipping steps when we get to more complicated proofs. The second example, we are given that segment AB is perpendicular to segment DC, and I believe that there was a little typo on your sheet, but it should be perpendicular to DC. And we're being asked to prove that the measure of angle COB is 90. And this is somewhere you want to be careful that we're not skipping steps. So the given is that AB is perpendicular to DC. If you go to your pink sheets and you scan for that word perpendicular, your reason says perpendicular lines are lines that meet to form right angles. Does this proof say anything about right angles? No, it says 90. Because our reason says perpendicular lines meet to form right angles, my statement is that angle COB is a right angle. These have to match. But now I do have another reason on my pink sheet that does let me get from right angle to 90. So I have one more step. A right angle is an angle whose measure is 90. Measure is 90. Measure is 90. Now we have that agreement, and it does take an extra step to get to that 90, but we want to make sure we're sticking to the phrasing on our pink sheets and not skipping steps, because when we get into more complicated proofs, we have to be careful that we're not leaving things out.